What's going on, beautiful people of internet? Daniel Magyar here. Today, I'm going to talk about some personal experience with L-carnitine, Semax, and IGF-LR3. Now, what are these? These are peptides. Since I started using Retatrut, I was blown away how efficient it is and how well it works and how much it suppresses the appetite, how easy it is to diet on it. It literally makes you feel like you get 25% of your brain back. You just don't have to have these internal arguments with yourself. You shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't eat that, you should stay on track, then you cheat, and then on Monday you want to restart the diet. It's just smooth. You don't care about the food, you're not hungry, you just keep doing your thing, take care of the business, take care of the family, and you don't have to have these constant fights in your brain because Retatrut just suppresses the appetite through a signal in your pancreas for more glucagon production. So if there's more glucagon in your blood, you don't feel hungry. That's how simple it is. And Reddit does a phenomenal job about it. And I was on it for about 4 months. I squeezed the most out of it, pretty much. At the week 14, it completely killed my appetite. My blood sugar levels were just incredible. Like my average blood sugar is 60 to 80 after a meal, 80, which is amazing. I mean, before it was, like 90, 95 in the morning. So a tremendous drop in blood glucose levels as my average. My body is very well fat adapted, so low blood glucose. I even got them down as low as 51. Couldn't believe it. I remeasured it, came back at 58. Still pretty low. Normally I would be hyperglycemic, and I wasn't. I just felt amazing. My body is pretty well fat adapted. So Retatrut was so amazing experience that I got deeper into the peptides. And the second one I ordered was L-carnitine. As a fat burner, as you guys know, L-carnitine helps to transport energy from the fat cell and metabolize it, right? So you're pretty much becoming more efficient at burning fat, stored fat, as the energy. And which gives you a more alert feeling throughout the day because now you have so much more energy pumping through your body. So after you take L-carnitine, you literally just want to move around or do something, like have a speech or walk around or go work out or do some sit-ups, abs, or go do your H3 workout, whatever physical activity the L-carnitine forces you to do it, and fairly quickly, after about 30 minutes, you start gaining so much energy. And in about, I would say 10 days on L-carnitine, I started noticing a good fat reduction while I was gaining weight. Just I cut the Retatrut, I lost all the weight I needed. Now I wanted to put on some muscle. So I started taking L-carnitine along with the IGF and Semax, but I'll get to those. And the L-carnitine was keeping me leaner and leaner and leaner as I was bulking up. I'm up 12 pounds above my average, looking leaner than without the 12 pounds before. Tight, muscular, veiny. But the most important thing that I feel with the L-carnitine is the energy boost. It just gives you that feeling like, okay, let's do something. First time I took it, my heart started racing. I started walking around my house. It felt freaking incredible. And then I got used to it. No more heart racing, no more feeling of high BPM, which is bumps per minute. So heart rate remained pretty much the same, but you still get that urge to do something. So it's a great energy boost. You sip a little bit of coffee with it and you're unstoppable. So the second thing that I used for my mini bulk was the IGF, which is insulin-like growth factor. And the IGF is pretty much what growth hormone becomes after it's metabolized through your liver. And it is pretty much that most anabolic part of the growth hormone that is responsible for the muscle growth. You're losing some benefits of the growth hormone like recovery, hair, nails, and better skin, looking younger, etc. But this is just pure muscle building, right? I've had tremendous experience with IGF in the past. Last time I took IGF was like 2015, so I didn't really touch this stuff for a long time. But now I'm like, you know what? When I'm entering this peptide world, let's go pretty hard. Let's go back to the IGF. And man, I started feeling the pumps out within about 3 days. So I take it post-workout. I take L-carnitine 30 minutes before I work out. I take it twice a day usually. So before I work out and sometimes 2, 3 p.m. just so I last longer energetically and with a high alert, a really good senses for the rest of the day. Because the L-carnitine gives you energy for about 4 or 5 hours. So like every 4 or 5 hours, I take some L-carnitine so I remain alert and highly efficient. And IGF comes right after the workout, right? I take a pretty small dose, 30 micrograms, which for my size 2 is 60. That's not much at all. But I started noticing better pumps and better strength almost after 3 days. It was fairly quick. Now I am on a IGF for about 4 or 5 weeks, and I squeeze the most out of it, because originally you want to take it really for about 4 or 5 weeks and then take another 4 or 5 weeks off so you can resensitize the body. And now the last one is Semax, right? When I first read about Semax, it became very interesting to me because it detoxifies the brain and it reduces the oxidative stress. So Semax is purely focused on the cognition, okay, cognitive health. And after I started taking Semax, I didn't really feel nothing for about 2 or 3 days. Really nothing. But on the 4th, 5th day, I started noticing better mental clarity, better memory, more sharp with my thoughts, better at my speech because I live stream for a living. Not really in America in English language, but back home, I stream for a living in my own native language. And I started becoming more fluent in the speech. It was easier for me to connect point to the point to the point. I cut back on the sleep for about 2 hours. I used to sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. I went down to 5 to 6 hours a night, still feeling very energetic. And then after about 5 or 7 days, I started feeling pretty much like like a hat that I used to wear on my head started to disappear. That I didn't even feel it was there. I get so used to it, like that. It was feeling like the pressure, the internal pressure from my skull is kind of disappearing. And that's pretty much the reduction of the oxidative stress inside of your brain and recovers the brain cells. And in Russia, they use it to recover people from dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson's, and all the other Germans. Now, it was really interesting to feel internally, literally in my brain, how I started feeling more alert, more energetic, more fluent with my speech, better with the memory, less sleep, and cognitively just healthier. So there was Semax, right? So I combined these three: IGF for the muscle building, L-carnitine for the fat burn, and Semax for cognition. Now, these three became very, very powerful combination in terms of my efficiency throughout the day. I feel amazing, get great pumps. I mean, my muscles are pumped literally just by walking around. I do 20 minutes of walking and my veins are popping already. And that's a really anabolic state of the body. Plus, right now, I'm not in a calorie deficit because I pretty much squeezed the most out of my fat burn I wanted with Retatrut. And now I'm waiting for the ModC. The next one I want to try is the ModC. I heard a lot of great stuff. It is mitochondrial focused and it upregulates your glucose intake. And your body becomes more efficient at burning glucose. Hence, you produce more energy, you have more blood sugar, more stable blood sugar, and it also regenerates and recovers the mitochondria. And as we know, mitochondria is the battery of the cell. That's where pretty much the food meets the oxygen and the body produces the energy called ATP, and ATP has access to every single cell in the body. When mitochondria is dysfunctional or harmed or pretty much just tired, exhausted after years of just pure existence, or after years of being obese and just eating a bunch of junk and being at 40% body fat, yeah, this mitochondria is not going to be in the ideal condition. ModC is helping to recover the entire system of the mitochondria and get it better, get it to function better. And the side effect pretty much of this mitochondrial repair is the fat burn. Now, I've seen a lot of bodybuilders who are my friends who swear by ModC being phenomenal fat burner. Phenomenal fat burner. They said as soon as I started taking it, fat just started disappearing like that. Of course, you match it with a good diet, but ModC is something I'm really, really expecting to get really good results from. I have it in a way. I should be in stock in about 10 to 14 days from now. But as of right now, we're in stock for the Reta, plenty Retas. I still have some 15 mg bottles that I'm trying to get rid of, so I'm going to offer some good deals on the 15 mg bottles, and from now on, I'm just going to offer 30 mg bottles. Those are so much better. I got IGF, I got L-carnitine, I got Semax, and the ModC is on the way. If you're interested in any of these products, this is my experience. This is what I felt. A lot of people who ordered Retatrut as a single bottle, they literally, like 9 of 10 people placed the bulk order after that. It just makes your life simple. So these peptides are efficient. They really do work. And when you realize the efficiency of peptides versus regular supplements from Amazon, you kind of feel scammed. You're like, Jesus Christ, what have I been spending my money on this entire time, my entire life? Like, what really gets people in shape is the peptides and changing the hormones. No, it's not your special training. No, it's not you doing triceps this way to the left or this way to the inside. It's all bullshit. This scientific type of training is going to get you nowhere. Just focus on a good form, use proper weight so you don't hurt yourself, get a muscle to a fatigue, or get a really good pump, one or the other. Sometimes I go super heavy to absolute fatigue. Sometimes I just do pump work, 3 sets really quick, get lots of blood and oxygen and nutrients to the muscle, get the muscles full, and that's it. You're not going to get in shape by doing scientific training. That's not how it works. If you want to try, go for it. You're going to end up with maybe 1.5% better results. What really changes the game is the hormones and peptides. No, it's not your supplement on Amazon, none of that stuff. And when you start experimenting with this, then you realize that, there's so many different anabolic pathways in the body that you can use to enhance the muscle growth. It's not only testosterone. Testosterone is just androgen. There's plenty of other ways of how you can increase the muscle growth and have fat burn. And peptides are pretty much the products of how you can trigger these processes. So when you start experimenting with that and you see the results that it's bringing, you kind of don't want to get rid of it. And also, you feel physically healthier, you look healthier, you have so much more energy, your cognitive health is a lot better. You just can't beat that with any supplement from the Amazon. It's just not going to happen. So if you're interested in any of these peptides that, as I mentioned, just shoot me a DM. I got all of them in stock. It's except the ModC. I'm waiting for that one. Should be about 14 days. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, beautiful people.